Hello and welcome to my channel. It's all new Renault 4 and you're watching 5 minutes review. Let's go around. Alright, let me start as usual from the boot. That's your standard Renault K, which looks exactly the same like from the other models. So let me know in the comment below what you think about this car. I will say it's looking quite nice, especially the rear of the car, which looks like a little bit like Mini. Let's open it. Oh wow, that's quite big surprise, I will say. The boot is actually big, and look at that, the step is very low, so there will be no problem at all to put any huge suitcase, luggage bag, box, wherever you want to put it. Amount of space you should see right now on your screen and the liters, and I will show you as usual all dimension and what you can find inside there. So like I said before, you've got nice flat floor. Actually you don't have any step here, so that's huge benefit. So you've got two pockets on the side on very high level. Usually they are down there. Okay, just that's surprise. The ordinary light, one hook, another hook, got 12-volt socket, some strips, okay, some documents, safety pack, your cable, and let me have a look here. Yeah, you've got something like a double floor, and below that you've got your tools. This is something like storage, okay, an extra plastic compartment. I like it. Okay, and so the boot is long, up to 80 centimeters, that's mean 31.5 inches. The boot is wide, up to 100 centimeters, that's mean a little bit over 39 inches. And the boot is very high, up to the shelf, almost 22 inches, that's mean 56, almost, let's say 55 centimeters. Is very, very high. And let me check the dimension with the seat area. Alright, so we don't have completely flat floor right now, but with the seat area from upper part of the backrest is something like 135 centimeters, that's mean 53 inches. Alright, that's all about the boot. Let's go under the bonnet. Let's take a look under the bonnet. All details you can see right now on your screen. So what we've got here, huge electric engine, okay, maybe not that huge, but it is, and 12-volt battery. Yeah, everything is nice and clear, lots of space around. Alright, so let's go inside the car. Okay, let me start as usual from the handle. Okay, so as you can see, there is not enough space for the huge hand. Apart of that, everything is fine here. I don't see any movement, just a little bit, but that's standard. Okay, also the same story here. Let's open the door and check the quality. So the upper part is made of hard plastic. Here is some nice material. I like it actually. Okay, nice handle, piano black. I don't like, you know me. You got quite long, I would say quite big armrest, which is not very soft, but it's alright, I would say. Something like a 2 millimeters of foam below that. Rubber, yeah, it's something like a rubber. But you've got very flat pocket. Right, let's talk about the seat, which are, I will say, very comfortable. So you've got very soft side support on the seat, but you've got, I will say, enough space on this area. And we got very big, I would say even huge side support on the backrest. Let's be honest, I wasn't sure if that will be enough space for my back, but look at that. Look at that movement. That movement guarantee you that you will find lots of space for your back and you will feel very comfortable in the seat, even sporty feeling, I will say. On this configuration you've got manual adjustment. Right guys, I'm inside the car and to be honest with you, it's a huge surprise. I really like that interior, which is quite similar to Renault 5, which is there. This one is great. The interior is beautiful. I really like each detail. Okay, maybe not each one, I will tell you something about it on the next couple minutes. So I will start as usual from amount of space, visibility, and I will show you step by step what you can find inside the car. So if you are watching my channel, you know I'm 193 centimeters tall. The driver's seat now is on the lower position, and if you are not watching my channel, please subscribe to my channel, of course. And above my head, I've got, I will say, 5 fingers. That's lots of room, lots of room. Let's talk about the space for my leg. Here is also lots of space. I've got lots of space. Also, what is interesting, this panel is on the lower level. That's mean I got lots of space for my knee, even on this side. From this side, we've got tunnel, which is on the lower position, and look at that. Also the same story. I've got lots of space. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, the car is not very huge, especially inside, because we've got huge boots. And honestly, behind myself there is a space for some small adults or kids, definitely. But anyway, let's talk now about the visibility. And the camera now is on my eye level, and that's what I see around myself. I will start from the mirror, because this mirror, to be honest with you, from outside looks like a very small mirror, but let's be honest, the size is enough and the visibility is great. The A-pillars, let me open the door. Yeah, they're quite wide, especially when you look at on this weight, and when you're gonna take the corner on the right side up the hill, that definitely will be limited your visibility. But anyway, as you can see, the A-pillar is very high and quite far away from my face. So from my perspective, as you can see, I've got, I would say, quite great visibility. Of course, I always complain about this mirror, because this mirror, in my opinion, is a little bit too low, should be a little bit higher, but we cannot do anything with that. So, and in this case, that's the visibility from the lower part of the mirror to lower part of the windscreen. Should be better, but anyway, I will say it's great. Driving like that is absolutely, I will say, fine. So let's take a look through the back. Yeah, as you can see, we can't see much just because, first of all, the headrests are quite high and definitely limited our visibility to the back. And the C pillars, yeah, A, B, C, are split with small window there, but they're quite wide. Okay, but definitely we should have something like a reversing camera. Take a look, which is on very low quality. I'm not sure if we've got there some foil protection. Let me find out. Now I can't see any foil on the camera. Maybe we can, we've got some settings which we can change something, but it's very low quality, I will say. Okay, we've got the line, a few other options. Definitely, okay, the line works together with the steering wheel, but definitely the resolution of the picture should be much better. But anyway, as I said, always it's better to get something like this than completely nothing. Okay, let's talk about the steering wheel, which is nicely designed. This is the fake leather, but it looks absolutely great and I really like it. It's multifunctional, lots of options here, and lots of piano black, which I hate. And anyway, the steering wheel is not big, it's quite nice and small. I will never understand why the manufacturer do something like that. This part is nice and soft, also here, but the upper part of the door is hard. That's quite strange. Okay, the dash is made of hard plastic, that's not a surprise. Okay, here's your ambilights, which are quite nice. Another panel of the piano black, which I hate. The air vents are on the same shape and the same size like the middle one. On the front of you, you've got, of course, the virtual clocks, which are quite nice, and the design is actually the same like in other Renault today. Very nice, very clear. The right side always shows you the most important information. about your driving style, power consumption, music and other stuff. You got your eco, comfort, sport, personal. Yeah, that's your couple of your drive mode, which are quite nice. Okay, nicely designed, and the color of course is nice as usual. You can change a bit that what you see on the front of you, touching this button. You've got the sat nav, all information on the side. That's quite more sporty, I will say. Nice. Okay, that's what we had from the beginning, once again with the sat nav. And I'm more than sure we can just, yes, we can do something like that. So we've got the sat nav on the front, almost on the full screen. I love it. That's the home button. Okay, that's the music. You've got the radio and other option. That's your application. That's the Google Car, of course. You've got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and others. Also you can download much more application if you want, radio, Bluetooth and much more. At the moment mostly all of that is on the French language. That's what we are interesting. So the energy consumption, that's your level of the battery. At the moment you got the 20% of the battery and 56 miles, which I will say quite nice. Okay, and sorry, I don't understand that. Right, below the touch screen you've got, like I said, the air vents. You've got the manual or physical panel for your air condition, and that's great because usually most of the car today has touch panel for the aircon, but the physical buttons are always better for me anyway. That's the place for your phone and induction charger. I'm more than sure, yes, of course. Also you've got 12-volt socket, 2 USB port C, and that's the cup holder. Quite nice, I would say. Something like Mac or whatever. Let me know in the comment below what you think about something like that. This is standard or not, even I don't know. Anyway, that's your storage place for the key, or actually 2 cup holders, I will say. And that's your armrest, which is quite comfortable, I would say. Lots of foam below that rubber. You can open it and you've got some small compartment below that. Okay, the compartment on the front of the passenger is quite deep. That's your, more than sure, that's your Bible, yeah, Renault Bible, something like that. Yeah, very deep, that's fine. And you've got your sun visor with the mirror and LED light. LED light is always nice to have something like that. And this panel is only LED lights without any extra storage for your sunglasses. Okay, that's all about the front. Let's go to the back. Let's open the door. Let's check the quality. So the upper part is made of hard plastic. Here's the same stuff like on the front, and unfortunately the armrest is made of hard plastic, but the pocket, I will say, is much better than the front one. Okay, so that's the back seat itself, which are quite nice, I will say. Okay, you don't have the same huge side support like on the front. That means you will get lots of space here for your back. It's quite flat here, I love it. Okay, and that's the space after myself from the front. So let me check if I can manage to sit behind myself. Right guys, I'm inside the car and look at that. The driver's seat is now on the lower position and I'm sitting behind myself, and I don't have completely space for my leg, also for my feet. Just look at that. That's quite funny. Okay, that's quite funny. But anyway, just look at that. Around 3 fingers I will say, above my head. That's quite nice. For you don't have any armrest here. The back seat is definitely designed for 2 adults or 2 kids, and it's absolutely fine. Apart of that, you will find 1 pocket, another pocket, 2 USB port C, and some storage down there. 2 LED lights on the back. No handle. Yeah, I will say that's quite good. Alright, and that's all about all new Renault 4. Please let me know in the comment below what you think about that car. Don't focus about the space on my example and through the back, because I'm quite tall, I'm quite big guy, and definitely if I will be smaller, so there will be lots of space, much more space at the back than right now. Anyway, please let me know in the comment below what you think about this car, what you think about my review. As usual, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, take care of yourself and your four wheels, and see you next time.